Hello everybody, this is going to be the 1-5 homework help video for you all today. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. It says, name an angle pair that satisfies each condition. Number 1, 2 acute vertical angles. So remember the vertical angles, they look like a beautiful X. So that means that this and this are congruent and this and that are congruent. And I need to have two acute vertical angles. Remember, acute means less than 90 degrees. So perhaps if I look at the picture very, very closely, I can see if I form an X with my highlighter, I have this angle here and then this angle here. These two angles are acute, and your job is to name those, which I believe you can do so. Number 2, two obtuse adjacent angles. What does that mean, adjacent? Well, adjacent means that they have to have the same vertex and they have to share a common side. So if I look at this, I'm like, okay, obtuse, well, what about this and this? Okay, I got two angles here. They're both obtuse. They share the same vertex and they share the same side. So go ahead and classify those angles and put it in your answers. Okay. Number 3, cameras use lenses and light to capture images. Got a beautiful X right there. So what does that mean? What type of angle or what type of angles are formed by the object in its image? And this is the hint right here. So go ahead and put that in. And then what does that mean for B? If the measure of angle 2 is 15, what is the measure of angle 1? So here's angle 1, here's angle 2. If angle 2 is 15, how long is angle 1? Okay? Number 4, the measures of two complementary angles are 7x plus 17 and 3x minus 20. Find the measures of the angles. Well, if we're talking about complementary angles, well, what does that mean? You add those two angles up and set it equal to 90. Solve for x and then plug them in there. For this one, 6, angle CAD and angle DAB are complementary. Okay, well, first of all, let's read this first. Determine whether each statement can be assumed from the figure. Explain. Angle CAD and angle DAB are complementary. Well, here's angle CAD and here's angle DAB. Well, just because I see this 90 degrees right here, does this mean it's also 90 degrees? Well, no, not exactly. We cannot assume this is 90 degrees unless it's stated that it's a rectangle or some sort of quadrilateral, unless there's a square there, or unless it's stated somewhere in the question. But we don't see any of that, so we cannot assume that these two angles are complementary. We cannot assume. Okay? So no, you cannot assume that this is a 90-degree angle. Angle EDB and angle BDA are adjacent, but they are neither complementary nor supplementary. So here is EDB, and then here is BDA. And remember, supplementary means 180 degrees, and this is an example of supplementary angles, or sorry, not that. Let me think. 120 and 60. Those are examples supplementary. So think, does this look supplementary to you? Think. And does it look complementary to you? So remember, complementary means 90 degrees. Add up to 90 degrees to be exact. Okay? Find the value of each variable. I have a beautiful looking X here. So number 19. What do I do with these two angles? What do I do with these two expressions? Well, with vertical angles, I just have to set them equal to each other, right? Because this angle here and this angle here are congruent, and this angle here and this angle here are congruent. So set them equal to each other, solve for x. Here, this one's a little different because, yes, we have a beautiful X, but there's something here and there's nothing here. So what do we apply? We apply something called linear pair. A linear pair, two adjacent angles where we have a straight line, just like so. So if this is a linear pair, that means it's supplementary, right? And supplementary means 180 degrees. So do 2x plus 4x plus 108 equals 180, solve for x, okay? And then for number 21, what do we both see? Well, we see two lines that intersect, form a beautiful x. So this angle and this angle are congruent. And then how do I figure out what y is? Well, hopefully that reminds you of something, okay? So you're going to be doing like 2 or 3 steps for this particular problem. And then this one is very, very similar to this one. Number 23, notice that the y's are here, and then notice the x's are here. Just because you see these two intersecting lines, it does look like a right angle, but can we assume that those are right angles? No. So we have to apply the linear pair, right? We have to apply the linear pair. So you take this equal to 180, and you take that and equal to 180. So let's go ahead and do that problem together. Let me see if I can pull up my key real fast. Where are you? Okay, here we go. So you will do 2y plus 50 plus 5y minus 17, because this here equals 180 degrees, and this is horrible handwriting, so I apologize. Let's fix that. 2y plus 50 plus 5y minus 17 equals 180. And then what is y equal to? Well, y is equal to 21. Y is equal to 21. Then I take these two and do the same thing, because those are supplementary, or specifically they are a linear pair. So that is x equals 21, okay? And you're gonna show your work for those two. Alrighty, number 25. Angle E and angle F are supplementary. The measure of angle E is 54 more than the measure of angle F. Find the measure of each angle. So do we know what the measure of angle F is? The measure of angle F, we don't know. We'll call that x. And then angle E is 54 more than the measure of angle F. So that means it's 54 more than F. So plus x. So now I take these two things, and the fact that this is supplementary, that means I have to equal that to 180 degrees. So x plus 54 plus x equals 180. Combine. Subtract. So 2x is equal to, what is 180 minus 54? I have no idea. That's 126. So x equals 63, okay? X is 63, so the angle F, by the way, is 63, and then I do 54 plus 63, and whatever that is, that's your answer. Okay, and then two more. Use the figure at the right. If measure angle K and L is 6x minus 4, and measure angle L and M is 4x plus 24, find the value of x so that the angle K and M is a right angle. So when I'm talking about a right angle here, that means 90 degrees, right? So K and L is right here, and that's 6x minus 4. And for L and M, that is 4x plus 24. And the fact that it says find the value of x so that this whole angle here, K and M, is a right angle, that means I got to draw a square. When I draw that square, that means it's 90 degrees. So that means that this part plus this part is going to equal to 90 degrees. Okay? And then solve for x. And then here, for number 30, If measuring angle JNP is 3x minus 15 and measuring angle JNL is 5x plus 59, find the value of x so that angle JNP and JNL are supplements of each other. So JNP is right here, so we call that 3x minus 15. And then JNL would be right here. Wait, nope, that's not right. JNL is right there, so this whole thing is 5x plus 59. And then we're talking about supplementary, so I will equal that to 180 degrees. So 3x, we do 3x minus 15 plus 5x plus 59. You equal that to 180. Go for it, solve for x, and then you're done, because we're just solving for x. Okay?